everyone, it's Shah and I'm doing a craft room tour today. It's going to take a little while, so grab your cuppa. I've got mine here. Grab your cuppa and sit back and enjoy the video. Everyone, it's Shah and I'm doing a video of my room, my craft room. First of all, my door, on the outside of my door I have a sign that I've made, which is idajanedesigns, and so that's the door to my room, and I'll just do an overall sweep of the room. I'll go around that way. I hope I didn't go too fast there. And then I'll just go across the top. I've got some things up the top there because I try to use all of my areas in the room to store things. Don't have a lot of room. We have a fairly small home, and this is how I store my things to try and keep everything in order. So that's a general overview. I'll just come back to the door. So behind the door I've got some things here. I'm just going to close that door so I can show you. So over here I have got a pegboard with I've got a bag of little ties that I type my journals with, a glue book that I put ideas into, house ideas. I've got projects I've made that are in like little smaller things, and I've got some sari silks there. Apron and various bags to hang things in. I've got some piano paper and some tissue papers and some cooking paper there, and my cutting boards. And over to this way I've got various things here. Across the top there I've got all of my books. So there's books as in there's really old books, and there's not so old books, and all sorts of books there that for covers. For my journals, and that are waiting to be used. Then coming down here, so this part here was an old cupboard, and it had big sliding doors on it going across, so we took those off, and basically at the top here where we would store things in that cupboard, we have got I've got boxes with various things in it. So I've got glues, I've got dyes. I'll take it a little bit closer. I've got, sorry if it's quite it's quite hard to get in the corner here, but I've got some glues, I've got some mixed media and gessos and art things there. I've got embossing and dies. It fits in this little box. I don't have a lot of those. I've got my favourites that I like to use, and that's it. At the back, I'll just move these across the back. At the back I've got some things from challenges that people have sent me. Paper clay pieces from jewellery making, beading. A box of beading here to make jewellery with. And these two boxes have all got separate little containers, and they've got various craft items, from diamantes to broken jewelry pieces to paper clips, what have you. I've got things stored in there. At the back there I have got all my braids, moulds for my paper clay, metal ribbons, my big shot here, my punches, metal that I make my crowns with, my washi tape. That's about it. I've got a couple out because I'm working on a project at the moment, but I don't have a lot of those. My platforms for my big shot, more metal things for my Etsy shop, spare cottons, and a box full of stickers. Down further I've got two boxes here with fabric journal covers that I've made, and gutted books with ready to be made into journals. Over here I've got a Christmas box that changes out for the seasons, because at the moment my next project will be to do Christmas things, and I just plop everything in a box that I think I might use, that I come across. I've got my favourite trims up there that I use regularly, and then I've got a little box, a baby box system there with you know, tape measures, bits and bobs that you keep, that you need to keep. I've got a box here with small envelopes, really tiny envelopes, and pieces that I use for journals. This is a storage box that's got strings and ties in it. Over in the corner here I've got all my magazines. I've got art pages, watercolour books and art books up back there ready to use. At the back here I've got lots of paper napkins, quite a few bags of those at the back there, and then this is all my my digitals, and I've got some spare there ready to go. Over here is like I said, those magazines, and this is tea-dyed, these file folders. I've got some ready to do, and these are already done, that I use for tags and tag backings. This part here, these two, I don't know what you call them, drawers, small file drawers. I don't label them anymore, I used to, but obviously I left these what they were. That's labels, I've got in that one, dots and magnetic dots, various pads to write in, more little cute pads, a couple of very cute little pads, some playing cards, some vintage cards there, and I've just got some handmade paper that I've bought from someone there. I've got pattern papers, some from the op shops and some I've purchased to use in journals. This is my people drawer with all those cut out people. This one here has got cards and postage, and same here, all my postage things and my forms I need to fill out when I send something. Further down here, so yeah, this is one of these Ikea that I'm showing you at the moment. This is one of these Ikea units, and the top drawer of this unit I've got all sewing things, cottons and needles and what have you. The second drawer I have got spare cutting tool things, all of my clips to clip journals together with, all sizes. This open one here I've got tags, some that people have made, and other ones that are just blank, ready to grab if you want to make a tag. The faux book at the back there has got buttons in it. This is more ephemera, baby iron. It's sitting on a box that has got appliques and Dunlop trims in there, and then I've got some really old books, some very old pads that I use in my journals. Some spare folders, not much in them. This one came with something in it. I got that from an op shop. I use it now and again. Nothing in those, but I sometimes store some digital pages in there. This is everything. These folders have got everything from doilies to plastic bags to fabric bags, and there's some spares at the back there. And then my drawer here, I have got some office items, you know, pencil sharpeners, whiteout things and bands and all that sort of stuff. This one here, I've got various hardware items, Ikea things, hooks for my board, and some cloths spare. This one here, I have got, that has got my webbing that I use for my, and at the back there's some spare boxes. That's webbing that I use for my open journals. Then here I've got a box full of bags, wrapping papers, tissue paper, pattern paper. Over here, this box is quite heavy. This one has got all of my packing tapes. Any tapes you can think of are in there when I'm sending things. This box, this one here has got, this cubby hole has got some boxes at the back, mostly empty, just some more miscellaneous items. This one's got some little angel things, some spare jewellery pieces in there, and feathers and leaves, things like that. This one down here has got, this box has got journals ready to go. journals that I've made that are ready to send off, and it doesn't want to go that now. Sorry about the noise. This one here, this box here has got jewellery, odds and ends of jewellery in there. This box here has got my dried rose petals, old tea bags, gold leaf, some moss, some wools, just miscellaneous things. And this one here houses all of my, more of my packing stuff to send packages with. Oh, that's a long way down. And then coming back up here, I've got this little cabinet on the wall that has got sparkle, some things that Mary sent me, and some hat pins that people have sent me. In there, I've just got some lavender for lavender bags, some, I don't even know what's in there, nothing, there's nothing in there at the moment, a spare box, and some bulb pins. And then down here I've got some cards and bags for journals, and down here is envelopes, bigger envelopes and things like that. Down here I've got a really big collapsible, like a basket, and I put all of my snippets in there, anything spare that I've used on a journal. I've got this beautiful old antique tiered tray here with all of my laces, some of my laces I should say, the ones I grab for most often, and small, medium bits and very large. And then that's my desk, and then just before I forget, it's my bin. And then in these bins down here from Ikea, I've got 3 of those, and I've got pink dyed things there, and this is all linens and whites and vintage doily, vintage you know, linens and fabrics that I reach for most. This is my sewing machine. At the back here, it's a very large old farmhouse desk, like I said, and at the back here I've got an Ikea drawer system here with just a few little things in there. I mean, I've got utensils in there that I use, embossing powders. Over here is all my scissors. On the top of it I've got my favourite candles, some paper towel, and my diffuser, and a little my little Del Monte. This tray here I use all the time for what I'm working on, so to keep my desk clear I shove it up in there, and then I clean it all out and put it wherever I'm going to put it after. My beautiful puppy, and some little birdies that someone bought for me. This is a tray with my ruler, your utensils, your bone folder, anything when you're gluing things down, anything, all those miscellaneous things. My stand that I do my filming on, and this basket here has got all of my glues and my utensils. Once again, the eyelet thing, and jewelry making things, etc., and glues. And then that's my desk area. I do have, I'll just show over here, I do have one of these Tim Holtz glass surfaces that I usually put up here to work on, but it glares and everything, so I didn't put it up. I have 2 lights, and over my desk, because I don't have a fabulous view, my husband has put these up for me, these really nice screens. I still get the light, but I don't get the, basically it's a view of another lot of houses there. And then I've made a vintage curtain there out of an old vintage tablecloth, and then these tassels, and this bunting was made by Ruby from Little Books. That was a challenge she had that I won, and she kindly sent those to me. Over in the corner here I have got another Ikea unit, and some baskets. Now that one's got my favourite laces and fabrics that I reach for most. Some cottons. This is an old drink, a vintage bottle holder that I've put those little jars in with various sequins, shell buttons, whatever. I keep most of my buttons in here, but I do have more up in there. And then I've got things that people have sent me, some things I've made, and little bits and pieces up there. And then coming around to this side, oh, I'll go through these drawers here. So that's my printer. The drawers have got, so they have got, you know, hardware items, whatever things that you like to use every day. My hole puncher things, you know, to put do your signatures with, various hardware items and things that you use. Next one down, I've got my cutting boards and my guillotine. Next one down, I've got brayers, little heating iron for seam binding and fabrics to straighten it, envelope maker, and my stamp pad and spare stamping equipment. This one down here is all my jewellery boxes with all my different little bits and bobs that I use for dangles and sometimes, and some that I haven't put away yet. This drawer has got my scoring board and some spare paper. And the bottom drawer, if I can get down there, is my homemade my homemade paper system, and this one has got spare stencils, etc., and my dyno machine. Around the printer I've got some cleaning bottles there and a clipboard that I use sometimes, my air conditioning controller, and an old diary that I rip the pages out of sometimes that I can use, and that's another little collection spot for snippets of papers. And then I'll come back and of course I'll get rid of these trolleys first. So I just move these trolleys around. They're really good, I think. There's an Ikea one with that top, and I've got spare glues, sprays and things like that in there. I've got gessos and gel mediums, what have you, in there. My glue gun, spare glue gun. And in there underneath I've got some more stencil pastes and things like that. These two boxes I keep, that's spares that I may use with a journal. I change them in and out. Sometimes I put them in I've got another big box in one of the cupboards in the other room that I, you know, cull sometimes and sort out, and I'll move them so I can start again. This tray here, this is the current box I'm working on for my journal that I'm working on at the moment, things I'm using for that. Spare containers and my paint. That's basically all that's in that one. So I'll pull those to one side, pull those out of the way. And then this one here, basically on the top, I have got, this is a vintage stand that I've got, and it houses all my, when I want to, sorry, I keep putting my hand over the camera, when I want to grab a vintage photo, there's big, small ones and large ones, and some originals that I've purchased of old French envelopes and things. This one here, I'll go up this way. This is all my book pages that I've got ready to go, that I've gutted out of books that were falling apart. This here, this is just a little storage container. It hasn't got much in it. It changes out. Sometimes I have a lot in it and sometimes I don't. At the moment there's nothing much in it. These are all very big books that I couldn't, I will show you my books. I've got them up high, but they would actually pull the shelf down. They're so heavy. And then I'll just come out a little bit. I have got here, I've got spare papers here, various sizes, some envelopes, you know, those pads that you buy, but I rarely use them anyway, but they're things like that's the extent of it though. I don't have any more than that. This is an Ikea tray that I've got all my stamp stamp pads in once again. I have my favourites and I just keep re-inking them. Those ones at the back I rarely use. Some more, and basically that's it. I don't have to use a lot of that stamping, so that one's spare. This one houses my jelly pad that I don't use a lot, but sometimes I do. And then I've got silicone mats and things that I put down if I'm doing all of that. The drawers have like fabrics, most of them have fabrics. This one's got various bits and pieces, spare jars, supplies that you need. This one has got, it's all marked, all your applique muslin, miscellaneous lining fabric. This one has more fabric. This one has spare boxes, spare bags, spare patterns for pattern paper, some spare doilies, and this one has all my Barbie dolls and plastic things like that. Over here I've got this really large unit here that is an antique one, and up the top there I have got 2 hat boxes. That one has my crowns, my little baby crowns that I make, and storage, and that one has fabric flowers. This one here is more doilies and linen, very special ones that I keep up there that I won't cut up. Another one of those tassels from Ruby at Little Books. I've got spare fabric in there, miscellaneous. That one there has got my tea-dye papers and spare. This box has got tea-dye papers and spare notebooks. This one's got wool. This one's got some really special book pages that I use, that I like to scan and use again because they're really old. This is all my music sheeting, spare journal covers, that some of my old journals that I need to pull apart, use the covers again. All of these I've got in all of these jars, various bits and pieces in there. Eyelets, wooden things, Diamantes, rusty stuff, pins, and some more vegetable dyes. That's my journal that I just add to all the time, an Ikea stand that I hang it on. It's an iPad stand. I've got piano papers there, and I've got more down in this drawer here, in this big drawer, which is very hard to open. It's chock-a-block full of those. And there's very old ones there that I keep there. These are just my art journals. Some I paint in and some I draw in. Some spare cardboard. And then coming around here, I've got a basket in the corner that holds all those rolls of things, those tool rolls and things like that. Here I've got some spare boxes that have got trims, boho stuff, and flowers and leaves. This is my desk that I have my things on, you know, my computer, and I've got some writing paper. There's nothing much in the drawer. This is a cute little thing from Ikea. It's quite handy. Something to write on if I need to write a note. This is my receipt book and my goddess guide that I look at. I love that. And then I shall move these trolleys back, and just go over here, and then up the top here I have got, so coming back here, all along here is all my friendship journals people have swapped with me, some things people have made for me in swaps. Ross Kennedy made that. That's my latest box. That's a box from Ivy, from Ivy's Crafts Cabin, that she just sent me recently, which is beautiful. Haven't got anything in it yet because I'm just thinking of something special to put in there. A doily book from Krista Neal, and Sarah from Shabby Chic Creations sent me that box. Jude from Crafty as Jude, she sent me that one. There's quite a few beautiful journals there. That's from Ruby also. Tracy Lyon Warner, Janine from Janine Shabby Chic Shabby Chic. I won't say everybody because I'll probably say the names wrong. And Kathleen sent me those. Mary's ball that I won from her, and various Lynn Bentley sent me that. Tracy Lyle Warner and Sunbee, Kathleen Sunbee, that's it. She sent me, we did swaps. These are from Crafty as Shack Jude, and that's mine, and that's my pegboard. Eva Seferiadu sent me that for a challenge, and I won this beautiful Tilda doll from her, and I made that one. And then that's my crowns and things up there. I'm not sure if you can get up in there to have a look. And then Monique from Monique Baconte, I think it's, I can't remember, I'm sorry, but Monique knows who she is. I won that from her, that beautiful heart book from her. And then, yeah, and I've shown you around the back here, so that's about it. So that's my craft room. I'll just do a little bit of a sweep around for you. And that's where I work. I love my little craft room. It's not very big. We only have a very small house, but and I do have to interchange things in and around a lot of the time because you know, we don't have the luxury of having huge spaces. So but you know, that's good. That's a good thing. So yeah, just thought I'd share that with you today, and thank you all for coming along and watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. I just wanted to add in, I didn't do this corner here. I'm not sure if I did, but anyway, this is a corner that I sort of overlooked. So in this corner here, I've got, I'll just step back, I've got a set of those Ikea drawers. From the bottom, there is some art supplies in the bottom drawer. This one's fairly empty, a few pens. This one houses all my stamps. I generally use those. I've got a few favourites. I don't use a lot of stamps. I don't do a lot of that anymore. This one has got art brushes, all sorts, crayons, some mixed media things, and this is full of pens and markers and things. The top one's a couple empty. I've got some waxes, my hair scissors. I use them for my doggy. They're really good hairdressing scissors, some wax, some seals, Mod Podge stuff, and some pens. On the top, I've got two of these Ikea trays that I cut all my little bits and bobs out there that I reach for, all sorts of stuff, some sequins, little smaller tiny pieces of ephemera. These are bought ones that out of these pre-done packs that I don't use them a lot now. I had a lot of those in the beginning, and I've just broken them all up into there. Some stamps that have been sent to me, or off of things that come, and some wooden items, various sizes of ephemera. In the corner here, I've got my board. You'll recognise that from when I do my videos. I've got a step ladder to get up high up to those shelving stencils in this Ziploc, and that's my ironing board, some cleaning things and that there. So I just wanted to add that in, and some supplies down there. Sorry, I just wanted to add that in. Okay, bye.